Hey, you want to help us? You want to help us? I said got so many, then I show the 5 year. I said, but this 5 years, cannot. Correct? Have you asked, hey, why I choose the 5? Why? Yes, one. Yeah, you're right. Correct. If I tell you today something and watch next year, whatever is it, not fruitful, right? Because you want to look at current situation. Because next year can things happen. Oh, you know like Donald Trump, can today say tariff up, tomorrow say tariff up. Now, so we don't know what's going to happen. So we are talking about the most season. Number 2, right? There are some attributes you pick up when you see. What you think is fine. Except it's going to launch. Because you don't waste your time. What else do you see? Like best chocolate. Right? What else do you see?
If you Google me, Ken Chu, Kenchu, you will be able to see that I flourish in the space of parents. Some of my branding is I got a CAP, CAP. CAP means Choice Agent for Parents. So I'm very good in helping parents to do property planning and help them to benefit their families. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to go into the presentation. Like what John said, there are 3 segments. I'm the first act. Okay, so what I do, right, I will do a perspective one. Okay, now I ask you all, which one are you? Are you at? You are those people who go into a food court, right? And you like to choose out of a lot, right? Even, or are you a person who is always just go for the 1 or 2 store? If you are A, raise your hand. A is a lot of variety. You like to choose a lot of variety. B is you always go to the 1 or 2 stores only, very boring like me. Okay, so you see today's market, right? Okay, with a wave of new launches arriving this half, right? Which one to choose? Today's market is like the first one. You got a lot to choose. A lot of opportunities, but it may not be that comfortable for maybe about half of us. Because why? We maybe too many choices very hard to decide. You may ask, will I be making a recommendation? Okay, so today's market is like that. Now, share with you. That's what I do. I'll do the perspective one. Then I'm not going into specific. So the goal of my segment is for you all to see a bigger picture. So I will go through very fast. If you feel that you miss out some details, right, it's okay one. Just feel and sense the big picture. Okay, that's my segment. Then later Bernard will come out with right. He will go into some specific. Okay, that one right, he will go deeper. Can? Then finally we will have Kelly. Kelly will look at whatever that is presented to you. It's very important one, so you all must stay back for her segment because she will simplify everything and help you focus on what is the one thing that can help you be successful in property journey. Okay? Can okay. So let's proceed. Okay, so there are now it's half the year gone already. Now it's July. Okay. Do you all know how many launches is coming up in the rest of 2025? May I guess? 10. More. A lot. A lot this year. Wow, no need to count lah. One shot is a lot. So for the purpose of making this easy and fun and don't want to confuse all of you, we have chosen some to look at. Okay. Now why I choose this because probably they have more units. Okay, so because we don't go for those boutique one. Okay, that one a bit difficult to look at. When we look at more units, then it's easier for us to go and do an analysis. Okay. Now some of the reasons I also look at it because I feel that they are probably in the same genre. Okay. Okay. Like LyndenWoods, and it's at the science park there. Then all this is more on the probably at the more centralized area of Singapore. Okay. Also because another reason is they are more relevant. Most of them are launching really soon. So if you really want to go into specific and go and visit them, I think we can do so in the very near future. Okay, so far, am I going too fast? Okay, good. Yeah, carry on. This is LyndenWoods. I'm going to go through the big picture of what are these 5 because later we will do a small activity on that. Okay, so just to have a big picture. So LyndenWoods is this. If you look at master plan, why master plan is important? Anybody? Maybe share all your answer. Why do you want to look at master plan? Sorry? Future development. Yeah. Okay. So then means am I right to say that it's not the first time you see this? Yeah. But who is the first time seeing this one? So this
was
is
a master plan.
master plan. Okay, so in Singapore, right, the government would actually come out with. We plan our government plan the land very precisely one. So almost every 5 years, right? Almost every 5 years. The last one was 2019. The next one will be this year. Okay, almost every 5 years they will do a assessment and they will review the master plan again. Now you ask me what is this? I have prepared the next slide for you all. Okay, so let's look at the legend. Okay, this color means residential. This color means commercial and so on. Okay, so on a bird's eye view, right? Okay, I show you everything here. You roughly know what is the land being being zoned for. So I go back this land, right? What is the most color that you see?
Blue.
Okay, blue. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So what does blue mean? Can someone remember? Yeah, it's commercial. Okay. So what about the all this land, all this color? You can have an idea lah. So this LyndenWoods is actually here. Okay, it's very near the MRT, and then it's surrounded by a lot of commercial. So what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Rental pool.
Rental pool. Wow, who say that? Eat chocolate. Do I eat chocolate? Maybe I should. I should. I should. I must start having the habit of eating chocolates already. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you shout out your answer nice and clear. I'll get chocolate. Okay. It feels good to get chocolate. Yeah. And you can eat here, but don't worry. Now, so this will help us to know what is some clues, okay? Which are what God said, rental. Okay. Okay, so let's go on. As I mentioned, it's a perspective. So very one shot you will see LyndenWoods, you have all these, you have NUS, Science Park, One North, it's actually pretty that know all the tenant pool and so on. And of course we have very near the MRT, lifestyle, and also for families very important, 1 kilometer to Fairfield. Okay, anybody here buying for kids, family, school or what? Or looking at it? Okay, very sensitive, I ask this question. Nobody will. Almost nobody will raise their hand, but yeah.
Never give chocolate.
Wow. Okay, so LyndenWoods, what's the project highlight? Okay, seamless connectivity, education belt, pretty much most of what buyers will look for. Okay. Most importantly, here is the first private condo in the Science Park for more than 40 years. Okay, so a lot. I don't know. They have a lot of pent-up demand. I don't know. Yeah. Let's carry on. Now, Promenade Peak. Okay. It's somewhere around here, the Great World area. Okay. As you can see, the color. Its color looks different already from the LyndenWoods. Okay. Then what we have here? We have Lucky Singapore River shopping belt So one shot you can see what is this Promenade Peak is all about. Okay. As I said, we're not going to specific, so just have a glimpse of the big picture. Okay. And the area you can see, this is the Great World. The MRT is really near River Green. Sorry, this is another project already. Sorry, I put this project together because both River Green and Promenade Peak is same locality. Okay. So yeah, around here one, like Great World. So they are pretty similar. Both of them are fully sheltered MRT. Both of them have Great World, Zion Riverside, all those amenities. So you can see okay. Yeah, both of them are 1 kilometer to River Valley. Okay, but what are the different things here? Okay, Promenade Peak is really like go for people. I mean, the developer target for people who like this kind of status, like the tallest, the tallest infinity pool in SG, having this kind of iconic status. Okay, whereas River Green is really much closer than literally like MRT and doorstep kind of thing. Okay, so depends on what you like. Okay, so that is this two. We covered 3 already. So this is the 4th one. Okay, upper house is actually here. Okay, you can see and this whole thing is actually the Orchard lifestyle. So this one is slightly different. What they go for is, of course, the amenities is very strong. Got Van Eagles, got Dempsey Hill, Tanglin Mall. But what you'll be looking at is a lot of world-class meetings. So you go in the show flat, all the finishing will make you celebrate, right? Okay. Yeah. So what is this project highlight? You've got famous shopping belt. You have this World Heritage Site. Okay, you have most importantly, I think is luxury defined. So the developer sent out one whole brochure stating all the luxury finishing. So that's how I think they are going to position themselves. Address as it all tier 1 world class location. Okay, so that means you can attract a lot of what? Foreigners. Okay, one So how many already? 3, 4. 4 Okay, last one. Robertson, Opus. Why we choose this also because I think this is a very good area. I think previously like Rivergate did very well. Okay, so this is something investor we want to get also. So this is the site here. Okay, then you may have read that before now. This is Razor and it's not a GLS, so there's no land price. It's Razor they want to redevelop, right? So you have Union Square, shop houses, the pier, just all these you can see. I think one road you can tell is a very good location. Okay. Now what is project highlights? Okay, close to Fort Canning. Okay, so all these project all very nice. Yeah, so this year really, wow, the buffet is top-notch buffet. A lot of very good area. Okay, same thing, got primary school, and also one of the most popular residential enclave. Okay, surrounded by all the malls, amenities, and so on. Of course, this is what if you are into freehold. This is a 99 years one. Okay, in the whole of Singapore for the year of for the rest of this year. Okay, now so in the glance this is the glance. Okay, this is all the information that you have. Okay, so we are going to do a very simple activity now. The act, this is your act okay, this is your act. So maybe what I would say you can pair up the left and right, like maybe you A, you B, you A, you B, just side by side, okay? B A and B A and B. Can you understand? So behind also the same thing. A B A B A B like that. Is it okay? Can you understand? Okay, so what happens is A right, you are this A, you are the more experienced one. And you are the more experienced one. Okay? Then B, which is you and you are same. You are the close relative, a younger close relative of A. Then what A does, right, for the next 2 to 3 minutes, right, you look at your close relative and you give him your honest recommendations. You pick one and you really want your close relative to benefit. Recommend to B what he thinks is the best. Choose only one. I will not talk, I will just give you all 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, your time starts now. The A's all the A's who voted for LyndenWoods? Raise up your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, who voted for Promenade? 6. Oh, actually, 7.
I also feel
Why 7? Voted for Rivergreen. 5. Who voted for Upper House? 1. Who voted for Upper House? 1. Okay. Who voted for Robertson Opus? 2, 3. Okay. Now can I invite one of you? Maybe I don't know. Voted for LyndenWoods, right?
Rivergreen.
Okay. Do you want to share why you? Why you?
I find that the permanent pick Rivergreen I think more on local
More local.
then some more mostly people choose over look at district 9, 10, 11.
Wait, you choose Rivergreen?
Rivergreen.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Then some more the total unit is more.
So it's
At least 5, at least it's 500 plus, at least the average.
Yeah, almost the same. Yeah. Very interesting. So you see Rivergreen and Promenade almost the same, but you choose Rivergreen, and what stands out is because it's district 9. How about maybe which one you choose?
Promenade.
Why?
Wow.
Why? Yours is an answer. Promenade is better than Rivergreen.
Because it's about same, but the price per square foot is a bit lower.
But you all know, right? This is a PSNPR. It may not mean maybe the developer price is higher,
And I think that the developer has a rate 8, right? Is it?
Mm.
Yeah, which increase quite a lot. I think ultimately it's about the price, and because for both deals near to each other, right, there will be competition. So hopefully, one
So-
day have
so-
the price.
In short, I try to understand what he's trying to say. He hopes whatever in past series 8, history happen again. Whatever will bring up the price. Is that right? Oh, okay. Very interesting. How about this one? Robertson Opus. Who voted for this? Why?
Look at that. Actually depends on the price, man. Proposal Opus is only 999. Okay, if let's say the price of the 99 and 999 is about the same, then I would choose 999.
Oh.
Okay, that depends on the pricing. Let's say the rest are much cheaper, then of course you get a cheaper one. But if let's say the gap is very small, then maybe have 999.
Okay, one more. How about you? Which one you choose? River Green. Why? These two is the most popular one. Is it these two? Why River Green is better than Promenade?
This is nearer to MRT, so it's just downstairs compared to Promenade. And I think Promenade would likely be priced higher if it's going on the luxury kind of.
I see. But why would nearer MRT better? You're looking at what? You're looking to stay or looking more for capital gain or rental?
Personally for capital gain, but if let's say if I would stay or if I were to rent, the MRT would be a huge thing. And right now it's so hot, right? You have to walk 5 minutes also like.
This one is all Singaporeans. So very interesting. I just put out like that. Okay, we have various ideas and angles, and y'all can hear everybody has different angles. Okay, so you see like that how to know which project to buy? Oh, is it confusing? Is it buffet? May not be a good thing. Sometimes we really need a way to determine how we can actually get a property. Now, I just know one thing. Just give you one specific. Just give you an idea. Okay. Now, when I say this, right, I want you to ask yourself: does whatever you choose before changes or still the same? Okay. You know why? Because what I heard is this River Green, right? Previously, the plot ratio, right, they can only get 300 over units. Anyone know about this? Yeah. Then for some reason, developer managed to, I don't know what they do okay? They managed to pump up to 500 over units. Okay. Now, is this a good news? Depends on how you see it. Okay. Now, if I put in this information, this piece of information for you, okay, that means somehow, right, this one initially can only have 300 over units, but now he bring up to 500 over units. Just this piece of information, right? Just now, those who choose either Promenade or River Green, does it change your initial choice?
Yes.
Oh,
I think become too dense.
let's hear from you. Oh, dense. Any other reason? But dense. This one also dense, what? Yeah. 500. What is your reason for changing?
No, because he also just say the rooms, right, the unit very small.
The units.
Yeah.
Maybe they have to squeeze more small one. Okay. But we haven't seen the layout also. So honestly, it's not fair lah. It's not fair for me to ask you all this lah, right? Okay, so I should get out of the room. It's not fair. Okay, we purposely do this one. It's very difficult for you to look at this and then go. So I have a friend who last time, true story, he did very well. He really go jogging, walk into a show flat, and then because he's a financial he's a salesperson in the financial sector. Then he realized that the property salesperson did a very good job. So because of this, he buy the property. Yeah. Someone say I don't know, but it's really hard because the property was stuck. Yeah, so you really cannot anyhow buy property. Yeah, even though you got money, you must really buy the right one because you stuck one. That's it. Okay, so it's not a fair exercise to do. Okay, we really need more specific things. Okay, now before I go there, right, I also want to share with you that for us we have this 25-star system. Okay, this is how can we systematically, okay, look at the property and rate the property. Okay, all these things, right, okay, is based on what with the intention of your future demand. Because when you buy a property, the more people who want to buy a property later, the easier you can sell and the higher it can go. So that's the logic.
You know why we choose this 5? Why we really talk about this 5? You know why? So many demand correct. Why we talk about 5? Hey, you want to ask it? You want to ask? I said got so many, then I show the 5 year. Oh, I said, but this 5 years cannot. Correct? Have you asked? Hey, why I choose the 5? Why? Yes, one. Yeah, you're right. Correct. If I tell you today something and watch next year, whatever is it, not fruitful, right? Because you want to look at current situation. Because next year can things happen. Oh, you know like Donald Trump, can today say tariff up, tomorrow say tariff up. Now, so we don't know what's going to happen. So we are talking about the most season. What you're not going to do? You don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe next time. You are correct. That's number 1. Number 2, alright? There are some attributes you pick up. What do you see? What do you think is fine? Except it's going to launch. Because you don't waste your time. What else do you see? Like best of purpose. Like what else do you see? See? You see? They are quite near to MRT, right? What is our transport master plan? What does he say? Someone can remember. Maybe I give you one. Okay. Transport master plan. Can you remember? What was the transport master plan? What is the goal of the transport minister trying to do?
Every house we need
10 or 15, right? That's how. Okay, passing. Wow. Even 10. Oh. I think it's the right way. Okay, okay, I don't say wrong there. Yeah, that's the transport master plan. So, number 1. Here MRT. Okay, near MRT, right? Okay, so you see our 25 star system. Is there a walking time to MRT? Do you get stars to that? Fair enough. You see how we derive the star system? It's actually the heart of everyone. Because we do a lot of seminar and then you'll give me feedback, right? I mean, a lot of my clients, they give me feedback, right? And through our years, when we study the property, some property perform well, some are not. So we come up with our criteria. Alright? Okay, my first question. Is this hard criteria or not? Answer is no, not hard. You know why? If today I buy for say I can only buy Orchard, right? Then this may not fit what I want, right? If my price or location of certain thing is my only consideration, then I increase star for that. Okay, so all my people we are trained in this way. This is a framework. Okay, but when we go for advisory work, right, we actually adjust accordingly. For example, if your basis more for homestay, right, then you focus more on the homestay stars. So this can change. But this at least is a good framework for everyone in the world. Just like today I say 6-star hotel, what comes to mind? I say 3-star hotel, what comes to mind? Very objective, we know the facility is going to be different. Same thing, when I say this is a 20-star and compare to a 15-star, is it very now? This is why we try to help you to objectively rate the condo according to what you want, you see? Whereas a lot of time you go and, oh, this one also good, this one price will tell me, this one, oh, then you have no basis to do. That's what I'm trying to achieve, right? Okay, next, what else here? Why we put this one?
Size.
Yeah, very fast, eh? The size. Okay, small project easy to sell. Not easy lah. I didn't say you don't say more difficult sometimes. Because why? There's always a reason. Why you say small project more difficult to sell? Why?
price history less.
Price history less.
Because maybe the last sale was a few months ago.
Okay.
Then the buyer, everything rose, and then the last price was low. Then the buyer will be like, yeah, pack the last price is lower.
Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, maybe I do one very interesting exercise. Can everyone help me? Can okay, we are where in Toa Payoh, right? Okay. Can you name me the condo that comes to your mind if you want to buy in Toa Payoh? Can someone say? Jen was in this. What else? I got one Jen buyer. Where else? What other condo? Travista. Okay, I got two buyers here. What other condo? Change. I want to buy a condo in Bayshore. What comes to your mind? Bayshore. Oh, everyone say Bayshore. So today, if there's a buyer in the market want to buy Bayshore area, what comes to your mind? Bayshore first. So who got first card? The biggest one, Bayshore. Okay, correct. That's your Katong. Katong or the small. What comes to your mind? Katong. Condo. Katong, right?
Sea view.
And it will also big one, big or small? Big. Who can give a small one in Katong? I give you big ones. Katong, Katong, you want Katong?
They check back already.
Katong, right? Calling once. Calling twice.
blue one.
Okay, so what have I demonstrated? People master your condo first. Right? You don't even know your condo how to. You know what I mean? Why I want to come out and justify it because I like to know. Right? And why new launch is important? Because you know what is the most expensive property lah? If I have to rank maybe need you to just understand this part. New launch, resale condo, and HDB. Right? Usually the price which one is highest? New launch, right? Followed by resale HDB, resale by resale what? Condo, resale HDB, BTO. Usually that's the ranking, right? So if the new launch price can continue to go up, can you help the rest? If the new launch price today keep falling down, what happened? What jialat. Our developer selling cheaper and cheaper, right? I think in Singapore, got a lot of back up, right? Like because our land value is getting lower. You see that? Okay, so the election just over. I think we are safe now. Okay, wherever you work for, it's fair. Okay, that's what you said. Okay.
Just to piece things up. So this part here is to let you all know that actually project info, project perspective is important. Okay, but we cannot really, it's very hard to just pick one project. We need to go deep into some specific. Okay, so yeah, and then finally we have this 24 system. Today we don't talk about this, but just let you know we have. Okay, we have one session that is talking about this. Some of you have joined us.
Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Kelly. Okay, I've been in the industry for more than 10 years as well. So a bit about myself. I'm actually a very low risk taker. So I think it's quite ideal for me to actually take on this segment because we have to look into whether a purchase is safe or not. Because when we go into a property investment, it's a very big financial investment, so we definitely have to ensure that it is a very safe entry. Okay, so later I'll be asking you some questions, so please participate. Okay, I got the more expensive chocolates. Okay, all right. So let's do a recap of the 5 projects. So we have LyndenWoods, Promenade Peak, Evergreen, Upper House, and the Robertson Opus. Okay, so now this segment, right? I want us to be guessing the price that the developer will launch. Okay, so to help you, okay, so of course we have the per square feet PPR, okay, that the developer paid for when they purchased the land. Okay, so of course we do not have the information for LyndenWoods as well as Robertson Opus. Okay, but we will get some information to help us. Okay. Okay, let's look at LyndenWoods first. Okay, so what are the newer projects that are relatively near to LyndenWoods? We have Bloomsbury Residences, okay, as well as Momentum Park. So let us look at the sales range for Bloomsbury Residences. Okay, so we look at the per square feet transacted. Okay, over here what we have are the transacted. That means people already paying for. And of course, I didn't use like very long time transaction data. I use a more recent transaction data. It's a very good reference, right? Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, Bloomsbury Residences, it's a new launch. Okay, so it's transacted at 2003 to 2006, close to 2007 PSF already. Okay, Momentum Park is already resale. Okay, so the resale transactions going for 2007 to 2003. Okay, and of course, Momentum Park is going to TOP in 2023. Okay, I go back. So LyndenWoods is going to TOP in 2029. So the age difference is about 6 years. Okay, so let us take that into consideration. So let's make a guess. Okay, there's no right, no wrong. I just want to hear from everyone. What do you think would be the per square foot launch for LyndenWoods?
2,800.
Sorry?
2,800.
2,800 to 3,000. Okay. Any more guesses?
2,300 to 2,400.
2,300 to 2,400. Okay. So we have 2,800 to 3,000. 2,300 to 2,400. Okay. What do we know? Okay. So the developer has actually given us the clues, and it's also in the papers. Okay, they are going to launch at 2001, starting from 2173. Okay, so 21 all the way to 2, close to 23 here. So quite close. Okay, so now let's go back again. If they launch at 2.1 to maybe even up to 2.4, because developer they all say starting from, right? So we all know that it's not going to be that amount. It's probably 2.4 up to 2.4. Maybe so for some units it's 2.5. So now, if they launch even up to 2.5, do you think it's fair? Is it fair? Do you think it is a fair price based on the past transaction and the already transacted new launch?
Depends the land they buy. Depends the land they buy.
Depends on
The land they bought.
the loan they bought. Oh, okay. But because we don't have the, because LyndenWoods is different. It's actually converted from commercial land to residential land, right? Yeah. So that's why we don't actually have the data for the purchase price for the PPR, PSF. Okay. So now, okay, no right, no wrong. It's just for us to guess only. Okay. So now they are launching at this price.
Can you all Google where's Bloomsbury? It's the most Bloomsbury. Bloomsbury. Where's Bloomsbury? And where is LyndenWoods? Can you tell me? Okay, you must tell me Bloom. And then must tell me. Okay, you Hua, you Chao, correct? Right, where's Bloomsbury?
One lot.
How far is it from the nearest MRT?
Quite far.
Quite far. How much is selling? 2326. Now I sell where's LyndenWoods? Next to Cambridge MRT. What should be the price difference if you are a developer today? You are a developer. How much will you sell? Your neighbor got this price already. 2326, 27. How much you want to sell?
253.
Sorry?
253.
253. Why 253?
253.
Why don't you sell lower?
Then MRT ma. Benefit.
But they sell lower. You see? Hey, this one goodbye. Goodbye, you check. No, goodbye. I mean, seriously, they are helping you, right? See, right? This one we done. That's why one of our star system talk about relative pricing. Talk about relative pricing, one of our star system inside. Momentum part. You know why it was 1,700? You don't ever ask this question. That's why Kelly very kind to you. I'm not so kind. I will make sure your brain tonight walk out. Wow, whole night cannot sleep. Whole night think about what I talk. What's it cluster house? Stay. Can you sign? Can I sign out? Seriously? Cluster house is okay. So 1,001. It is the new range. 500 per square foot. 500 per square foot for this is 20%, 30%. So you must also not just listen to data, but also understand. Okay, today in YouTube there's a lot of information, right? But do you make sense of it? This is something great. Next,
Okay, so let us do the same thing again. Let's guess for Promenade Peak. Okay, so let's look at the projects that are nearby. Actually just now somebody guessed quite close, right? Who guessed quite close?
Handsome Nicholas.
Oh, handsome Nicholas. So I must give a price, right? Sorry, otherwise I cannot give away. Huh?
big one.
Big one eh?
Big one.
Okay, so we must make a guess who guess closest, okay? Alright, then we'll get the bigger chocolates. Okay. Alright. So now the Avenue, okay, 29 to up to 3,008 PSF. Okay, Riviere 2,007 to 3,000 PSF. So the developer bought the land at 1,003 PSF. What do you think should be the fair launch price? 33 to 35. Okay. Alright. Any other guess? One more guess 33 to 35 Okay, fine. I mean, I let's take a look Actually, I don't know. I don't know what they are going to launch at, but thanks for the. Yeah, just want to give away the chocolates. Okay, right now we don't know, but if you look, we come back and look at it. 33 to 35. Is it reasonable? Okay, this is already TOP, freehold, and this one is TOP in 2023. So 33 to 35, reasonable? No? Oh, why do you think it's not reasonable?
I think it's a bit too high.
Oh, okay. What do you think should be the
Not an expert, but I think 2009.
2009? Okay.
Vivian, how much is it? 2023. What big going to be one? 299. So the difference 6 years. How much should we sell? How much you sell as developer?
3,000.
3,000 or 3,300, right? 3,400 or 3,500, right? You don't have the price yet. Okay, so how do you estimate? So today I got 5 on track. Should I go for LyndenWoods first? Or should I wait for the price of this one come out then I go buy? How? What should you say? Nice, full answer. Tonight I think you're all. Go first. Is it go first? Then what do you think you want cheaper? No choice. The rest hey, this one come up. Okay, LyndenWoods come up. Wow, they can't, correct? Well, this one even better. How?
Buy one more.
I like this kind of customer. Buy one more. Then they got cheaper, right? Buy. Thank you for helping the Singapore economy. Buy. No, serious. How? No.
You won't stay or you want
Okay, yeah. If this one is going price like that, will it sell out?
Yes.
It sell out. So if this project sell out, next developer will think what?
好谈的，像
So what we do as a developer? How say on? What you say are with this developer? That's why our company keep going up, right? You see? Okay, so having said that, okay, these are things that we can guess. You add 1,000, 5,000 per square foot. Depends on how quality the product want to be. But that's our guess. Okay, but can the developer sell higher? Can the developer give discount? But LyndenWoods. And why LyndenWoods can sell at this price? Have you asked or not? If you ask yourself, why? How come? 难道 developer 不要赚钱呢？ No, if you are developer, right? Developer 对吗？给你 developer， how much you sell? 2,500啊，有的时候看你2,500吗？你不要看的嘞。Yes, conversion.
Then nobody knows the previous.
Cost is low, correct? Cost is low. But cost is low doesn't have to charge you cheaper. Today your product, market sell $10. Your product even newer. You just sell $10. Maybe not, you sell $12, right? $15, right? But how come it still sell at $9? Hey, go, another question.
Not many residential.
Got wall. Okay, later we see. Okay, got wall or got wall? We don't know, alright? Okay.
Alright, so how about River Green? And just now I think a lot of you like River Green, right? So let's take a look. River Green is also quite near. So it's okay, so we have Avenue, Rive, okay? RV altitude is 22, 26 to 3,000. Well Hill, 25 to 3,003. What do you think? So the per square foot PPR is about 1,003. So what do you think?
I think 3K one.
3K
Starting from
starting from, okay?
29 to 3K then.
29 to 3K, okay. So now over here we already have recorded transaction up to, for this one, Well Hill. Okay, already transacted at about 2,405 to 3,300. Okay, and then Rive, 2,700 to 3,000. So you think that 3,000 is fair? It's fair, right? Okay, so do we know what's the launching price? Actually, we also don't know. Yeah, but thanks for your attempt. Okay, alright. Okay, so upper house, as the name suggests, upper house, so likely to be quite higher range, right? So Park Nova already transacted at 6,006. Okay, but of course we look at the lower range, 3,002. Okay, Custodian Reserve we have 2,007 to 3,007. Okay, and then 120 Grange we have 2,007 to 3,000. Okay, 3 Orchard by the Park we have 3,009. 3,009 only 2 transactions. 3,009, yeah. So, and they bought at 1,006 PSF. What do you think? Could be potentially the launch price. 3,000 PSF? 3,000 PSF? You think so? You think 3,000 is fair? You feel? Because this one upper house, I think they are using quite high class materials, right? Do you think they will launch at 3,000? At the Orchard area? No worries, you still get one. Only you help me. The rest alone, I thought get resident. Okay? So what do we know? Just trying to get 3,000, is it? Okay lah, not bad, not bad. Okay, so they actually gave us the price starting from, but you know when they say 1.3x, probably it's 1.39. Yeah, so when I did the PSF calculation, right, I actually started using 1.39, 2.19 as an estimation, okay? Alright, so our difference here is quite close, okay? But of course you can see that for bigger projects, they actually price per square foot higher, okay? Interesting, usually a lot of times when we go and see pre-launch, usually the smaller the unit, the per square feet is higher. So in this case, why? Why? Orchard Ului. Okay, so Orchard Ului must higher. Okay, very nice. Okay, let's so Orchard is not for us lah, huh? Okay.
Just pause it.
Okay.
I ask. I think that was a very good question. Okay, you go and ask this side. Okay,来，ask you. By right, it should be the other way, right? If you want cheaper per square foot, how much different? Who know that?
For sell to more foreigner.
Because the Orchard that are very scared, you are occupying a very big piece of land, expensive land.
Why the developer you price like that? Which one you price more expensive, like the developer to get? Yeah, maybe have, but can't be so big. Can't be a big one. Some of got so much wasted space, right? Was private lobby, big balcony, all this, right? And I price higher. Why? You all must understand. Right, that's why we are here. Okay, why in the Orchard area the bigger one per square foot higher? Why in the normal OCR, right, is the smaller one per square foot higher? How come to buy one? How come opposite? Why?
Garden, al fresco, more service, more.
No, but the pricing by right smaller is easier to buy, correct? Then I should price higher per square foot, so I maximize my profit, am I correct?
Maybe the people who can afford that don't really care. Maybe
Don't really care.
about the different already.
How of this?
Wild guess, like wild guess.
Never mind. Any wild cats I accept. Yeah, and more than you do that.
80-90% of Fujian farms are there.
Oh, that one.
I want to change that. Money laundering. Correct. Yeah.
Because I personally know 2 of them stay somewhere around there.
Got you. I better do your ANL check and stuff. You need to know CA question me 讲了。你那个快印吗？对吧？哦 ，OK。哎，你不见了。你等一下到几个你 OK？ 啊，
Maybe the floor level, the big one.
Yes and no. Sometimes just one step. Right. Okay, understanding property is right. So let's say I'm a normal person, right? I think I want to buy the small one, right? Like those price small one, maybe a problem. And developer, why? Because developer more expensive in the business for so many years. Why do that? Why?
The demand is small for bigger.
Almost there.
That's
Why?
yes.
Why demand is small for? Okay, I want to let everyone imagine you are Mark Zuckerberg, okay? Or who? Jack Ma. Who's your favorite billionaire? Elon Musk. Okay, you all think you are Elon Musk. So today, you need to buy a property in Orchard, alright, to show off, correct? You buy small one, big one. Big, correct. You buy a small one and you buy big. Come, Mr. Elon Musk, come to my house. Jack Ma, it's a 1 bedroom. Wow, the face nowhere to put it. They buy big ones. They buy to what? They buy to what? You all say what? I never say. Okay, you all say one, right? So the pricing strategy change. You buy OCR project and CCR project got difference or not? Okay. Simple issue. Okay, got CVU, no CVU got difference. The size is different. Right. All these things are must take into account. Right. You know where's upper house? Can you all find where's upper house? Yeah, upper Orchard. Yeah. Where? Can tell me which MRT? Which one? Which MRT is the nearest? Orchard Boulevard, right? You know where is Orchard Boulevard? Okay. You must actually know.
Johnson.
Sorry?
Johnson.
Okay. Near to Wisma. Hey, that's why I asked it. See, they have to be very specific when I ask it. Where is
Opposite the Indian Medical Center.
How many walks to the MRT? How many minutes walk to the MRT?
Downstairs. Downstairs.
Sorry?
Downstairs.
Downstairs. Downstairs. Right. Your 120 bridge is how far? Your Casino Reserve is how far? If you take Casino Reserve, how far? Is it further? Older, right? How much? 327 to 37 per square foot. Okay, today developer in upper house, how much your price? How much? How much your price? 大家不敢 answer 了。4,000. Oh, any other bidder, right? She wants to sell 4,000. Developer, you want to sell how much? Hey, when's the lifetime rate? Orchard Boulevard. Next to MRT. In Orchard, a lot of properties are near MRT. Right? But which one is the nearest? Right? How much will sell? Can someone tell me? What price and price? Buy the rest. Buy again. Any second. If not, we go home 10 o'clock. Who want to try? A few more try. How much your price? 10. Buy. 3.5. The rest? The rest? Yes. If not, I think every share now. 3.5, 3.8, 4,000, 738. Hey, you see? How much will they launch? Upper house. Hey, reasonable. Reasonable. Hey, why? Wow. Why? Very. I mean, it don't make sense. Like, if as a developer today I receive such numbers, why should I do that? Right? Why can you want to purposely give you an empty space in one? She recognize that, like, I'm not so kind. Just want your thing. Okay, I tickle your brain. Now I cannot see, don't blame me. Drink less coffee. Eat more heavy dinner. Check and sleep, right? Okay, alright? Okay, good. Okay, move on now.
So now we take a look at the Robertson Opus. Okay, so the projects that are nearest, Union Square Residences. Okay, what do we have? 2008 to 3007. Robertson Opus is 999, right? Okay, Canning Hill Pierce 26 to 35. Okay, and then Hill House 999. We have 2008 to 3004, and the Iberia. Wow, not pronounced. Okay, 2007 PSF thereabouts. Okay, it's a very small project. Okay, so now if you are the developer, how much would you price it at? Okay, bearing in mind you are 999. Okay, if we have 99 going for 28 to 37, okay, and then this one 99 26 to 35. How much do you think you will launch?
Near to Roger one.
So how much? 4,000, 3,008.
I think not so much. 2008.
You think 3,008? Okay. Any other? What do you think?
About 3,002.
3,002. Okay. All right. So even cheaper than 99? Yeah. Very nice developer. Yeah.
Not really.
Huh? Not really very good.
Below only.
This one This one it's a very small project. Only 51 units. Okay, and the size range is okay. So small project. Okay, typically okay, I should exclude that lah. Huh? So 2007 PSM. So you feel that it should be 3,002, right? You think should be 3,500. Okay, so let's take a look lah. Huh? Okay. 原来你对的嘞。Hey, actually, I thought it should be about 3,500, 3,600, you know, given the transacted. So, how come? Why? Don't know.
These are the actual price giving out.
This is the indicative starting price.
Starting price.
Okay, so probably there might be some
indicative will come out higher beyond that.
Yeah, correct. Say they already said that starting from lah, or maybe it's the second floor units lah. Huh? Okay, so okay lah, not bad lah. Maybe the average, the upper range maybe 3,600. or even 3.7 eventually, okay? So now, let's have a discussion. I think some of the points were already discussed earlier. If you are the developer today, do you think, what do you think will be your pricing strategy? Do you think we should hook the consumer? Hook gao? Huh?
Depends
Price high.
depends on the location.
Okay. So how would you price? So let's say Orchard Road.
High.
High. Okay. LyndenWoods.
High.
High.
你都是在 carry 啊？你都是 carry 啊？不要。
Okay. So that one it should be what?
Average.
Average, huh? Okay. But cannot high. Okay. Robertson, Opus can high or? Can high. Okay. So certain locations can high. Okay. Okay. So now I think sorry. Oh, okay. So now I think we also have to, of course, look into the economic situation today, right? So now, is there a lot of uncertainties actually? Okay, so like what? Just now we mentioned war, retrenchment, tariffs. What else have we got? What else have we got? What are some of the other uncertainties that we have?
Start of new GE.
Start of what?
New GE.
GE, okay. Okay. So still got a lot of uncertainties.
July tsunami in Japan.
Supposed to be on the 5th of July, right? Okay, so we shall, let's pray that it doesn't happen because
Everybody bang down already.
of course we want the world peace, right? World peace, okay, so I think today, right, actually a lot of developers, they also worry, right, about maybe the tsunami, what will happen. They know the prediction, right? So I think they are a bit more careful in their pricing. Okay. Maybe some really want to tie but I think majority of them will be a bit more careful, right? Okay. Now, having spoken about all the pricing and all that, okay, ultimately, price is not just the only thing we look at into investment. Okay, we also have to look at the other attributes of the project as well. So that's why we actually have the 25-star assessment framework. So if you want to find out more, you can actually, because we have actually gone through this during our previous workshop, so you can actually speak with your advisor so they can share more with you. Okay. Alright, so I will just briefly go through the progressive payment for a new launch project. Anybody is very familiar with this? Already, then I give me some time to speak about it. Okay, so typically, right, when you go to a new launch, okay, when you go to a show flat and you see, hey, the property very nice and fits your 25-star assessment, alright, it's a good investment. So, and you really want to buy the project, okay, so what do you do? Okay, so you have to put a down payment of 5%, followed by a 15% when there's a S&T completion, and then 10%, okay, when it's a foundation. So at different stage, the developer will not take all your money, okay, it's actually broken down into different parts. So I will show you. So it's like when you have the wall completion, ceiling, when they have built the ceiling, put up the windows and doors, okay, so it's at different stage. Okay, so I'll just give you an example of how it works. So assuming that your purchase price, right, is 1.5 million and you're taking a loan at 75%, your loan to value is 75%. Okay, assuming 1.5 million, so your down payment, right, so 5% booking fee, 15% upon the completion, and then at foundation stage, the developer will call for the next 5%. Okay. Alright, so now when you buy the property, right, you do not straight away have to pay for the full loan of the property. Okay, so at the different stages, right, when the 5%, when there's a completion of the foundation, right, you call for the 5% of your loan will be dispersed, okay, and that's when your loan monthly repayment starts, is about $300. So question, is $300 very affordable? Can okay? So as it goes by, the amount starts to increase. Close to 900, 1,001, 1,005, 1,007, 2,000 and 3,005. When the full loan is disbursed, the quantum will be, monthly installment will be 4,400. Okay, so now, let's talk about risk. Okay, so the monthly installment at 4,004, 4,005. Talking about risk, what are the risks potentially? What if 1 month later, potentially we may lose our job? For example, okay, how many months can we actually tahan the loan? Okay, so let me ask. Okay, let's do a poll. Okay, so how much do you think you need to have in your bank to cover this, tahan this installment if you do not have a job? What do you think is your safety buffer that you want to prepare? Okay, let's take a poll. Okay, 3 months enough or not? Anybody? 3 months? Please help me. 3 months? Nobody. Cannot. 6 months? 6 months? One, just one, 9 months? Okay, another one. 2. 12 months? 3, 4, 5. Okay. Wow, you are very tough. How many months of safety buffer do you need? Can you give me a number? Every 12 months really cannot.
I think 1 year.
1 year, 12 months. Okay. So how about the rest? How about the rest? Huh? 15 months enough? Safe or not? 15 months safe or not? Not enough. You have people who say 15 months not safe. How many months do you need?
I feel personally, at least 2 years.
2 years, okay, so 2 years you need to have 4, let's say 5 times 24. So 120,000. Okay. So as you can see, everybody have different risk appetite, risk profile. Okay, no right, no wrong. Okay, some people are confident that they can get a job or they can rent out the place, no problem. Okay, some are a bit more cautious. Actually, I'm also a bit cautious. I think I will go for 12 months for me. Okay. Alright, so this is for 30 years loan tenure, okay, and then for 25 years loan tenure, okay, you know when your loan tenure decrease, right, you have to pay higher installment, okay, and then we have the example for 20 years, okay, close to 6,000. Well, you see, every time you will reduce by 5 years and increase by about 1,005, okay, so now, in all property investment, it is very important that we have a safety buffer. Okay, so that's why it's very important that if you want to find out, depending on your risk appetite, how much should you actually set aside for your buffer. Okay, you can speak to your advisor, okay, who invited you here, and they will actually help you to do the calculation how much buffer exactly you have. Okay, all right. So with that, I pass over to John.
Okay, this is very important. Okay, first of all, before I end, can you all do me a favor? Have you all learned something today?
Yeah.
Is it fufu?
Yes.
I only got body 50%. Do you think it's fufu? Yes?
Yes.
Then do me a favor. I need a feedback. Okay, my video team will be there, stand by. So later when I say, finish you don't rush out, please get a lot. I know that's the thing, I'll get here and then I will. I'm not very deep, but I think I can tahan for about 1 minute. Right, okay, please help me to get my video person to give a feedback. Okay, because, okay, do you all pay a single cent to come here? Still got chocolate some more. Right now. Okay, because my vision, my team vision is to really give education. Okay, I've been doing, the other day my Facebook came out. It was 10 years or 11 years I've been doing this. Okay, those who know me, you know, it's spread for a decade. Right, and we really want to benefit more people. And now because a lot of social media, so I'm bringing my social media to reach more people, so more people can benefit. So if you can also can bring your friends along in our next session. Right, so our advisor will invite you. Right, I want to run on this thing for a little bit now. Developer pricing strategy. Okay, why today developer willing to price lower? Do you discover they are actually pricing lower? Why? Hey, 2 years ago, different story there. Developer pricing higher and higher. How come today developer is willing to price very reasonably? Why?
Okay.
I want you to think like developer. Why? I already shared in the beginning. Why? Sorry? A lot of projects. Alright, today a developer, will you be scared that you cannot sell?
Yes.
Definitely not, you scared not. Then what else? You just say, wow, every day this what? And then and then someone says stop. Then we'll stop or not? You still don't know. But is there a lot of fear? the developer business people, do they feel? They feel like when they launch, they don't sell enough units will happen. They also worry. You see that? So because of the fear today, who benefit? Consumer. That's why you want to need to do this the time after seminar. Please do this You understand? Okay, because now there's a lot of fear. Okay, way before ever I don't know. But one thing I know, whenever there's a crisis means there's a what? There's an opportunity. You all say one, right? There's always like that. Okay, so today why we bring a fight because we felt that hey, maybe we can consider that. Okay. And remember, okay, I say a good advisor can give what? Number one, options. Not to tell you exactly. I give you options, A, B, C, D. What's the second thing that a good advisor can do? What means you return? Risk assessment. You can buy very safely. Even the sky fall down, right, you can still sleep. That's the Chinese saying, right? Right. So if advisor cannot promise what? Returns what? Who can promise return? God can. God can. Who say scam? Who say what? No, actually who say scam? Who say what? Okay, I must say again, no one can promise return. Okay, when I started my real estate career back in 2003 that time, right, the prime market is doing so well now. The prime market is doing so well. And buy the prime correct. But today we think opposite. No one will see. Maybe prime is not bad. We never know. Like. Maybe tomorrow the OCR crash. I also don't know. Like. But one thing I know. Over the period of 10 years, most property make money. So if I'm a good advisor, you can hold. You are not worried, right? Your chances of losing are lesser. So advisor gives you what? Options and plan for your risk. This is what I feel, and that is our team difference. Okay, that's what we give it. Right, so before you buy anything, please go and do this tool. Right? Okay, good. I will open up for.
Just now you say buy Linden or wait for
Okay, buy Linden, win or wait. Okay, who say buy first? Who will I? Or how many hand? Who say buy Linden? If you are buying now, who say buy Linden? Who say wait? I try again. I know you say. Okay, who? How can or? You want to know man? Who say buy Linden now? Who say wait? Okay, you know what's my strategy? I will go to the show flat. Okay. If I really want to buy today, I should go show flat, put a check. I get the ballot number first. Right? If I ballot number one now, chiong right? I think what the whole project I choose it. Right? What if I didn't get? Then I go for next one. Or I can also go in a queue. Before booking my advisor is me, right? If you say price too high, hold back, don't go, right? Then won't go wrong. But go then what really facing I really don't like for any reason. Okay, then I can withdraw. But do I have a chance? I have a chance. This is my strategy. Okay, but to buy or not, right? I can't answer you. Okay, but I want to have the chance. At least you can see the price, right? Even though you don't get right, you can get the assignment, you can get how the thing functions. Because okay, how many of you have buy the project before? Queue and wait one. I have to wait 3 hours. I think I give up until the price over my budget that time. Okay, there's one project I remember. I was at the back. My number quite low. Agent I buy for myself. At the booking table I ganchong. Agent ganchong because you buy one property, the feeling is different one. I ganchong Did I book or not? I didn't book. Did the project make money or not? Yes. Answer no answer. Emotion is different. So that's why I always work with my customer and say, hey, you're not too expensive. You want to buy or not? We say, still want to buy, then carry on. But sometimes we say no, then it may not turn out.
I hope you enjoyed the video. The next part will be coming soon. So in order to be kept abreast of the next update, do subscribe to this channel and also like this video.